When I think about health and education together, I think of how important it is for like the general public to understand like health in general and like how important it is and like how they both play a role for each other.
I think being in good health makes it way easier to be a student. If you're not tired, then you can focus easier on your work. If you're not sick, obviously you can do more things. Being healthy means that you're happy, so I think you're less likely to get stressed out about smaller things. I think they're very connected, and so it's hard to list all the different ways, but I think they do have a lot to do with each other.
There's been times, a few semesters actually, where like the workload was harder and everything, and I definitely noticed that I got sicker a lot more those semesters than like the semesters where like felt like I was more on top of school and relationships and everything like that. So.
Mental health, I feel like better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Physical health is less
Physical
so.
health, but not like to a great degree, no. I feel like I'm pretty much the same as I usually am.
What about spiritual health?
Spiritual health, increased, that's it.
That's good. 2 out of 3?
2 out of 3.
Being at BYU in terms of like mental and spiritual health has helped me grow in different ways than I've experienced like in the past, just because of the environment and the kinds of things that we learn and discuss, and the fact that it's a secular and religious institution.
It definitely has. It's been really cool actually, because I've been really learning that like all three of those things, that all those things like interconnect with each other, and if you learn to find that balance in your life, you're able to have better overall health, and you're able to have better relationships with people, and you're able to do better in school. So it definitely plays a role.
I guess from a spiritual standpoint, we came to Earth to learn, and to do that we needed bodies. And so having a body allows us to interact with the world and apply the things that we talk about in school, regardless of whether it's math or some kind of science or art or physical education. The body makes it easier to understand the intellectual principles that we discuss, because at some point we're going to encounter those things in real life.
Remember that students have a life outside of school. Like we have work and we have relationships, and there's a lot that we're doing outside of school, and so if you can just accommodate that as good as you can.
Don't assign homework on Thanksgiving break, because that's a terrible idea. Also, let's think. More breaks during the school year, because we don't have any, and it just like exhausts us.
Make it meaningful. I feel, and I've heard other people express, that BYU is like challenging academically, but a lot of times it doesn't mean very much. It's hard for the sake of being hard. So I would say that if you want to make something challenging, there's nothing wrong in that, but make sure that the challenge is meaningful. Make it of value to the person who's sacrificing time and money and effort to be here, and if they don't get anything out of it, then, it's a waste.